there, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamira, and I currently live in Philadelphia, and I make videos about getting into tech, lifestyle, and trying to dibble into fashion as well. It is January 3rd, and I am off work today, but I have errands to run, and I had no idea it was going to be snowing, so I am not mentally prepared for how cold it was outside. And thankfully the snow is not so bad. It's pretty light out here, but I'm going to run my errands and head back home, hopefully pretty quickly. I don't think anyone's outside today, which makes perfect sense, because why would you be? I mean, unless you have work. But yeah, I'm gonna handle my business and come back home to where it's cozy. I was able to secure the bag, technically the sweater, and then in the meantime I also secured this bag. I stopped by Shake Shack for lunch, to grab something for lunch, and now we go home and we stay home until it warms up in 2 months or 3 months.
Of course, on whether or not we respect ourselves.
It seems like that would have been unusual for Vogue to have a voice like that personal. Was it?
Well, it was probably sort of unusual, yeah. I mean, you might.
I've just been sitting here relaxing. I took out my Bantu knots, and I took out my Bantu knots because I've had them in my hair for a few days now. And when I took them out, I was shocked at just the style of my hair. I haven't done Bantu knots in forever, and I forget that when you take them out and like separate the twist, how like thriving the curls look. And I feel like most of the time I've been putting my hair in like braid outs and doing twist outs and stuff, where you can really see how badly the ends need to be cut. And I feel like with this style, it's very nicely like concealed. And but the downside of Bantu knots is it doesn't really last a long time. With braid outs you can get a few days worth, and I feel like with Bantu knot outs, it don't look too great after like the first day. So that is what I did. I just finished watching like a document. I've been watching a lot of stuff. But I watched a documentary on Joan Didion. Didn't know too much about her. So learned a lot there. And then I just watched the first episode of this Harry Potter Hogwarts Tournament of Houses show on HBO Max. I saw the 20-year anniversary special yesterday for Harry Potter, and I was, oh god. If you don't really know anything about me, I am like a huge Harry Potter fan. And just like, it feels like so good. I have like complex feelings around like the author, and sort of consuming it, despite like J.K. Rowling's nonsense. But I just always feel like this like the series and books were such a large part of my life, and it just feels like home and nostalgia, and just like, I don't know. But I watched the anniversary special yesterday, and it made me feel really great. And then I just finished watching this like tournament show, which is like super nerdy and like perfect for me, because I just love sort of like trivia stuff, and it's around Harry Potter, and it's I'm geeking out over here. So I I'm like feeling pretty nostalgic about it. So now I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just throw in a Harry Potter movie. And I'm feeling really hungry too. It's close to 4. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make some dinner now. Probably gonna make some congee. It's so cold outside and I think I wanna make something warm and just filling. So yeah, that's the plan. So while my kanji cooks, I wanted to come in here and have a little chitty chat. Because it's been a while since I have sat down and talked. And it's been a while since I filmed. So I wanted to come in here and just say that I hope that everyone had a great holiday. I always miss it when it goes, but we're in a new year. And I'm definitely one of those people who've gotten more intentional about goal setting and being in a place that I like want to be and sort of creating steps to get there. So I wanted to like go over my 2021 intentions. This is a template that I got from Instagram. So I have like it's like 4 sheets back to front. I'm not gonna go through each of them, but I will sort of read some of them. So in setting like 2021 intentions, I sort of targeted like created like 4 4 goals that I wanted to have under each category. So I have 4 goals under personal, 4 goals under health, career, recreational, home, spirituality. And so I'll just say 2 for each. For personal, I wanted to travel. I wanted to connect with family more. Traveling. I did end up going on a really great trip to Rhode Island and Newport, my family. Check out that vlog if you haven't seen it. And connecting with family more. I feel like I could have definitely been better at this. I am still very much just like learning to sort of like set my own boundaries and take the time that I need for myself. But I would like to like check in with my family more. Under the health section, I wanted to attend dance classes. That did not happen. And I hope that it can one day. And then I also wanted to eat vegetables daily. I am not great at vegetables, and I can also say that I did not do well at this goal either. For career, I have intern at Adobe and work full time there, which I'm doing, so that's great. And another one that I had was build projects that interest me. I feel like that's really vague, but I think that was prior to starting my boot camp. I knew that I was going to be working on projects, and I know that I wanted to work on projects that resonated with my identity and my lived experiences, and that would also like help other people in that path. And I feel like I did that in those projects, and there's a part I'd love to continue and go back to some of them to sort of build them out. I just really don't know when I do that. Under recreational, I have take pottery classes, which I also have not done. I feel like I was more homebound and living a more like homey life in 2021 than in 2020. Also with like, even like despite, you know, us like the vaccine coming out and like people being out, I just did not take advantage of like more like recreational activities that I did compared to 2020. And then I also have like do more hone video editing skills. So I wouldn't say that I don't know that like my video editing skills have gotten better. I've switched editing tools and I'm still sort of exploring different styles, but I feel like there's a lot of room to grow, and I'm excited to see. I think I've sort of am continuing to build out sort of my like video style. But I feel like there is some consistency there in terms of like style that you can sort of see in the videos. For home, I wanted to purchase a new mattress and bed frame, which I didn't do a new mattress, but I did do a new bed frame, and I think it really upped my mood and got me feeling better about my space, like that little change, just because it was high. It's higher off of the floor than my previous bed. Yeah, it just sort of like fits my style more. And then the other one I had was repot my snake plant, which I did not do. And well, actually no, I did do it. I did repot my snake plant. I don't know that it's like it's on its last leg. I'm trying. I want to do better, but I don't know. And then spirituality, I had two of them that I have was spend more time in nature, which I sort of fell off from, and practice mindfulness. One thing that I picked up, I think last year when I was reading this book, like How to Break Up with Your Phone, was about mindfulness, which is sort of taking a moment to question your actions and question your intentions and question, you know, yourself before you do a task, and say, why am I doing that? Like, for example, when I reach for my phone, it'd be like, oh, ask yourself, why am I picking up the phone? Like, what am I looking at? Why am I looking at it? Does it make me feel better? Am I bored? Why am I bored? What am I looking to do? And sort of try to get to the root of my feelings rather than just like blindly reaching for the things that I know that bring me comfort. I have not finished that book, but I hope to finish it. But I wanted to practice more mindfulness, and I think just the fact that I could sort of explain it means that I'm trying to be like, I think shows some growth there, but I wouldn't say that I've excelled at being more mindful. But I'm excited with that journey. So that is just like a little snapshot of my 2021 intentions that I wrote out over the year. And one thing I will say about this list is that I sort of would take a peek at it like every few months. But I think that one of the problems that I have with goal setting is that there's so much, like, I'm such like a big idea girl, a big idea woman. Like, I have these grand plans and all these ideas, things that I want to do, to the point where it's like, I don't want to say that it's not realistic, but I think in the sort of time span that I do, it doesn't help my goals that like so many of the like some of the goals that I have are like very outlandish, that take a lot of effort, and I sort of like set myself up to like not really hit those goals because I'm not actually looking at it realistically. Like, how was I gonna get to Japan? And things like that. And so one thing that I learned in setting like my new intentions is like, definitely I wanted to continue to build on the things that I was able to accomplish, you know, things like my career and making like my house more of a home. But I also wanted to pay attention to things that popped up that I really felt like I needed to prioritize. And for this year, I really found that I needed to take more social media breaks, and I needed to sort of do more like active work about my like obsession with social media and my like inability to focus, whether that meant being on social media less, looking into like therapy and all that stuff, wanting to have a better handle of like my mental health. So that's something that I'm looking forward to sort of focusing on this year. As well as like my financial goal, like my financial health. I mentioned in the last video about just like how much I don't know in terms of financial goals and personal finance, and that is something that's really important to me, and I didn't realize how much it actually impacted your life. And how intertwined it was, and like your role. And I feel like there's so much more to learn, and I feel like it's actually very important. So I also want to prioritize learning that over like the other type of things that I had that like last year were like all these trips and all these other things that I feel like in the grand scheme of things weren't actually going to happen. So I feel like this year I want to take a step back, take it slower, go back to the basics, and just do my best. And the overarching sort of intentions that I have for this year that I want to carry, for last year that I want to carry into this year, was rest. Like I needed to listen to my mind, my body, and all that stuff, and take a moment to rest, take a moment to breathe, and just not take things that personally, not take life too seriously, and just sort of like rest, go with the flow, and do my best. So that is just my spiel on 2021 intentions and my plans for this year. And I'm hoping that all of you are starting the new year with a clear mind and in a good space, and you're doing well. Big things are coming up, and I wanted to come back on here and say hi, and I'll be back soon, and I'll talk with you later. Bye.
She said she the one, I bet she thinks she is. Saying don't have no trust, I don't know where you been. I need a break.